So hello viewers. So I hope you all people are aware about Russia-Ukraine conflict, which is one of the most trending aspects in global segment era. So in that context, like many of our Indian students got struck in the Ukraine who went for their education in the various aspects like such as medical, engineering, employment, etc. So in that context, we have one of our friends, Mr. Sai Krishna from the Nirmal of Telangana state, who got stuck over here and just back to the home the very recently, and we are here to have some kind of sharings of their experiences during the segmentation of their war period. So let's move there. Now we have Dr. Sai Krishna over here, who has just pursuing his Gen.Surgeon course in the Ukraine. So yes, Sai Krishna, I hope you are very safe to the India, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what exactly, like, you would tell, what kind of experiences you had at your war segmentation, that you are residing in the Ukraine, there is a huge amount of conflict environment has been created.
Yeah.
So what exactly your observations?
So basically, my name is Sai Krishna. I'm doing my MS General Surgery. I'm right now in second year in Kyiv Medical University in Kyiv. So right now, you guys know that Kyiv is the hotspot right now. So actually, every day we used to have alarm bomb sounds and gunshots are like alarms for us, more early in the mornings or midnights. So if I open my window curtain, I would see some conflict going over there, tanks rolling over, people are running. So it was a scary situation. As you saw in the movies, how people shot at each other and the tanks moving, everything what you saw in the TV news, like the bomb blast, the missile launches, everything was real actually, but it was a kind of live experience for me.
So the bomb alarming is not such a a digestible thing that it's scary. Like we people looks the bombs for the Diwali occasion, but these people are having a kind of experience of a real-time bomb explosions, and he's saying that it is a kind of alarm that he's getting every morning. Seriously, a kind of a crazy and very furious as well. So, Sai Krishna, what kind of experience you had from your spot to reach the border? In order to get the flight to the India, you need to reach the border. So, what are the various experiences that you felt from your home to the border of your safe zone?
Okay, that journey is the life-sharing experience actually, because after 24th of the first attack, we tried to get to the west side of the border, which is like Romania or Poland or Slovakia or Hungary. But it was impossible because there was a curfew, military were all over the places and we couldn't move. But at last on 28th of February, after curfew was lifted, we just took a bus, we booked a bus. But as the Indian guidelines was there, just to move to the railway station, just to get a train. But it was impossible situation because the Indians were pushed away and there was a warning shots because the priority was for Ukrainians. So it was a hectic decision to take whether how to go, because we can't go back to home because the curfew was initiated and it was completely inevitable situation because we were in a position where we have to leave the city because from the next day it will be the more intense situation. So at the end we just booked a bus and for Romania border actually with a group of my friends. He agreed for around 7 lakhs.
Oh, seriously, 7 lakhs is such a big, huge amount. So in order to reach the border, that is to the safer point from his residence, just how many persons have traveled in the bus?
We traveled around 42 people.
42 people. Yeah, fine. So
But-
42, yeah.
But it was a situation where they were like first year and second year, like 18 to 17-year-old kids. They were scared to pay money. So we who are pursuing the post graduation, we are like 4 people. So we just took the money and we just paid it off because the driver was insisting on paying prepayment.
Acha,
Because
okay.
he won't start the bus. So as you see in movies, there were many military checkpoints
Yes,
who were coming checking us. And in movies, as you see, the bus was pursuing the bomb blaster right and left. This kind of that kind of situation was going on completely. It was crazy completely.
Seriously.
But right now I'm laughing and saying the stories. But at that situation, making such kind of decisions, going with the flow, whether gambling with the life, gambling with the money, gambling with the driver, because we don't know whether he can stop anywhere and he'll say, just get off of our bus, I am not going to take you.
Exactly.
It was a scary situation. After 12 hours of long, hurrying journey, we just reached the Romania border. It was very thankful, grateful. On March 1st, early in the morning, 5:30, we just reached the Romania border.
Romania border. So reaching to the Romania border, which is a safer point for many of our refugees.
Yeah.
So like we came to know that many of the students from their spots, from the war zones to the safest spots at the various boundaries, they have reached in the buses like carrying Indian flags as well.
Yeah.
So what exactly were your observations as far as this carrying
Yeah.
Indian flags, not only by the Indian students but also some kind of foreigners as well?
Yeah, actually, there are many people who are carrying with the. I mean, they are just keeping an Indian flag and saying that Indian students. But for our bus, it was not like that because the military situations were difficult. And if you keep another country flag, it's not that every country in the world knows that that's an Indian flag, right?
Exactly.
So it was a kind of situation. The driver was like, "No, I will take care of you guys. Just don't keep the Indian flags because I have to explain why we are keeping." Instead of that, I'll explain that we are evacuating the students. So we didn't keep an Indian flag, but we did say that Indian students are aboard, and yes, many country people travel with us. Even with me, there are 4 country people: 3 Nigerian from South Africa, and 1 from the British. So they were like people who were traveling with us. Even for other people, as you saw in news, Pakistani people and Turkish people, and many country people, Israeli people are even traveling with the Indian flag people. It's not like. It's just that Indian government is helping with evacuation from different countries, but not all the governments in the world are helping like that. So it was a big step to take, but it was a risky step to move also.
Yeah, what is your opinion or what is your observation on the embassy of India, Indian embassy in the Ukraine, as well as the Ministry of External Affairs, who is continuously focusing in the huge manner for the evacuation of the students from the Ukraine? So what is your observation and what kind of satisfaction that you found out of the performance of our embassy as well as Ministry of External Affairs?
Okay, first of all, I would like to say thanks to the central government who has just, it's not an easy thing to evacuate 20 to 25,000 people from the different countries where America and Australia like countries they just evacuate. They just told that we will not be evacuating your people. But India is not like that. Who just encouraged us and who helped us in evacuation process. First of all, for that I am very thankful for that. And yeah, external government people, they were helping us with the accommodation. I mean, they just asked the local people for help, but the people who helped us and the people who were in the borders taking care of our food, shelter and everything was the local people and the, how do you say, the NGO groups like Red Cross and CHS, we just stand for Charity and Humanitarian Society. So there were many people who were taking care of, like from SIM card to everything they were taking care of.
So any inspirations have you found in during your journey from the war zone to the inspirational, what exactly the safest points? What kind of inspiration did you find? Like any persons, individuals, institutions, organizations?
Actually, I found a lot of inspirations in my throughout this journey because the people who were helping us in the refugee camps and the people who were volunteering for me, not only for me, all the Indian students and they were like, they came just from their own interest. It's not a small thing to do. We won't find that kind of situation, that kind of people all over the world and all over the cities actually. So for 2,000 people, they were doing a free kind of service. It's not a small thing to do. We can't find here, around like society, we can't find that. Exactly. And that kind of service they are doing without any expectation in the day and night situations. That was like one of the inspiration for me to do how a person should be to a other human being, just by helping each other when they are in need or when they're like in a kind of situation where they don't know what's going on with them right now. Because I was in a situation like, okay, this is happening really right now, I'm in a war, or what is happening, is this a reality? Because that kind of situations where the person will get lost. So in that kind of situation, they came forward to help us. They gave SIM cards to contact with our parents and everything. It's not a small thing to do. And for me, actually, there was inspiration about myself also, because in these kind of tough situations, I found myself in a different variation which I was never even thought that it existed in me. That kind of decisions, that kind of journey and experiences, it was tough actually, and it is a lifelong journey to share with my friends and family actually. Right now I'm sitting and talking, it's like a chill mood, but that situations were completely crazy.
So actually, it was almost 7 to 9 days in the war segmentation where you are residing in your location as well as in the border areas. So you might have get a lot of phone calls from your relatives, family members, friends, and all. Just getting some kind of updates of your well-being and your status over there.
Yeah.
So what kind of feelings that you you got out of that all the conversations that you had?
I didn't get out actually. I wanted to share my experiences, with family and but the first thing and the main thing I did was wherever I go, wherever if I change location or wherever if I'm doing something, I just informed the family. There was a group of our family. Otherwise, I would have informed my brother that I'm here, I'm doing this, I'm taking a bus, I reached the Romania border, because they were the first person to be given priority, and even they will be tensed completely.
Exactly.
Because as you see in news, there are many people even missing also.
Exactly.
If I don't message for even for half an hour, the people will think that okay, something has happened.
A
or
kind
not.
of panic, actually,
Panic
in this
situation.
election. Exactly.
So I didn't wanted to go through them, because it's already Indian media has created a hype of doing
Exactly.
that graphics of tanks, Putin, and even everything.
Okay.
My parents and even all the parents all over the world, I can say that they just panicked after seeing
Exactly.
that news actually.
Exactly.
If you wanna ask like, are you telling that they are creating panic? Yes, of course they are creating panic. They should not be doing that, but they are doing that.
Exactly.
But I was trying to help with the family. I just been in touch with them with the whole time. I was updating with everything. Thank God I had Wi-Fi, everything, and like I got even SIM from the Romania border also. It was good. So I did share with my experience.
Exactly. Getting a Wi-Fi and SIM card for and better communication really helped him. Kind of motivation has been generated, a kind of positivity that has been generated in the two segmentations, that is in the refugee generation as well as the parents segmentation.
Yeah.
So then after, what exactly is like, after reaching the home, so what are your feelings like, your relatives, the colony people, like, your family members, co-friends, and everyone will be joining and just seeking the blessings and all. So, what kind of feelings that has been like been generated?
Actually, it started from the airport itself when I saw my parents and my mom just ran towards me and she just hugged me. I understood that how difficult was for them.
Exactly.
In a life situation, I got to understand that how it was completely for them.
Exactly.
It was crazy.
Exactly.
My dad, my mom, my brother, they were completely in a tense mode.
Okay.
But it actually after coming to home, there was a long journey. Yesterday morning, I reached home.
Okay.
After reaching home early in the morning, I met like there was no break. Reporters were coming because I was the only one in my district. They were visiting me, and many relatives, they were completely, how do you say that? They were completely talking to me. I am sharing my experiences. They were like crazy and situations was going on. But it was nice to share my journey and experiences. But it was kind of new for me, because all the reporters were coming to me, ministers were coming to me. I have to talk to them. It was glad that there were many people concernable, because right now I am like sitting there, and they just like for the last 10 days they were in a complete panic situation.
Exactly,
I didn't even knew that actually. They were talking to me, but they didn't show me like completely.
They might have gone with a lot of prayers for your well-being. The Bhagavan Krupa, exactly they are were upon. And we always, we all people from the front segmentations were in the very much curiosity about the arrivals, the departures from your the war zone, arrivals in our home country. We were like having a kind of excitement zone actually. We all friends, we all swag members were really more excited and had a lot of concern. We were for every half an hour or 1 hour we were like having some kind of updates. What is the status over here? And by seeing the news channels, we were in the panic situation. There is a kind of huge explosions happening in the Ukraine by the Russia. So what is the status of our friend? Do they have the food or not? So all these kind of things we were into.
I was answering to every one of you people. I was telling to people, my family, everything. It was a hectic situation, but thank God all went safely because of my prayers from family and friends actually. I will just say that one sentence, because that may be a short sentence, but that did a lot help in my throughout the journey.
Exactly. So thank you, my friend Sai Krishna. This was really a wonderful experience that we do have in the session. So all the best. Take much rest, and we can plan for the further. Just have a great time. Thank you.